Back at Talladega Superspeedway, Martin Truex has climbed out of his car in the garage area, talking to Steve Mill there. Engine has come unglued here on lap 113. Left side of your screen, watch this plume of smoke as you see the engine just come apart. What happens when this happens on the racetrack? Let's go down to our ESPN Dish Tech Center and Tim Brewer.
Thanks, Jerry. What we're going to show you here, folks, we're anticipating a lower end failure right here. And that's more than likely, like Andy said earlier, light oil. You see these motors today, they're turning 8,700 RPM. That's devastating. But when these parts break, folks, step over here. We're going to show you what all the smoke comes from. When all the parts get to bouncing around down through here, they're going to knock all the holes in the oil pan, knock the oil lines off. All that oil comes out. These headers are cherry red. That's where all the flames come from, like Jeff Burton's car, as well as Truex right then. RCR having a bad day here at Talladega.
Great explanation, Tim. For more information on engines, log on to ESPN.com. Search word Tech Center. Examining exactly what happened to that car. Now, remember, there were 7 cars with that engine package here today. 2 now are in the garage area. We'll tell you who the other 5 are as we get set to go back to the green flag here on lap 115. Dodge of Elliott Sadler leading him down. Tony Stewart behind him in the Chevy. Juan Pablo Montoya third, and Reed Sorensen is 4th spot in the Dodge. Come up to full speed. Let's visit with Martin Truex, who's in the garage area with our Dave Burns.
Yeah, and he's had a chance to talk things over with most of the team, including the motor guys. Martin, could you tell at all what part of the engine gave way?
Yeah, the bottom end came apart. Not sure what happened, but motor was running good. Car was really good, and we got in a little altercation there that one time, lost it on track position. We were getting back towards the front. The car was really, really fast. I was real happy with it. And it's just frustrating, you know. The last 3 weeks, just we've had great cars capable of winning every race, and we just can't seem to find any luck. So we'll just keep going. We'll try to win races. You know, from here on out, let's do the best we can. And you know, we're way back in the points are not looking good, but we can still win a bunch of races. So we'll just go have some fun.
All right, trying to keep a positive attitude. That's Martin Truex, guys.
Truex, the second, of course, in the garage area with engine trouble, the 31 also there with Burton. The other 5 guys who have that engine package are still on the racetrack are Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer, Paul Menard, Eric Almirola, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Those are the 5 cars that have the exact same engine package as the 2 we just saw fail a moment ago.
You know who I think's looking racy right here is that Juan Pablo Montoya. He's got one of those Dodge engine packages we were talking about earlier. Looks like he's got a really great race car here, and so is his teammate, Reed Sorensen, in the 41 car right behind him.
And I just saw the 8 car, Dale Earnhardt Jr. coming through the last turn 4 right there. Got very, very loose. That car got way out of shape, got wiggling big time to gather to back up. But that's the first car we've seen get loose out there all day long.
Most of these cars are just glued to the racetrack. You don't see them get out of shape at all unless they get contact.
Elliott Sadler, Tony Stewart, and Juan Pablo Montoya doing awfully well up here in the Dodge. Speaking of Juan Pablo and drivers coming over from open wheel, time to reveal the results from our AT&T Crew Chief Challenge. And the question was, which Indy 500 winner will have the most successful NASCAR career? Montoya, boy, it's a close one. A lot of people believing, and I'm one of them, that Sam Hornish is going to be very good when he gets here and gets to run full-time, if he does, or come run part-time in Cup. And, of course, Villeneuve and Franchitti both getting votes.
I think the edge comes just like Rusty said. We've seen Juan Pablo Montoya run well and win races on the road course, so haven't seen these other guys and what they can do yet, but no telling.
Well, you know Sam Hornish is going to run good. The guy's just too good of a driver driving that Penske team right now. Just had some really bad luck trying to get these cars qualified, but that's one fellow you know knows how to drive. Won the Indy 500, several big races. He can get it done when he gets in there.
Yeah, and Sam's going to be at Los Motor Speedway and Martinsville. Going to run the next 2 events here, so hope he'll be able to get qualified and get some laps in the Cup car. Lap 119 of 188. Let's bring you up to speed on the 12 drivers in the chase, starting with Dave Burns.
And Tony Stewart trying to have a good day out there, a good finish to the day. Has finished second here multiple times. And speaking of 2, that is the number of tires he took on that last stop. 2 right side tires, playing the back and forth game. That was for track position, and he got it. Mike?
I guess the best way to describe the emotion coming into this race was apprehension. However, Kurt Busch was one of the very few drivers looking forward to this race. He feels like restrictor plate racing has been a strength for Penske Racing. They finished third in his last 3 restrictor plate races and running strong once again today. Alan?
After having trouble in the last couple of races here in the chase, Denny Hamlin talked before this race about taking a couple more chances, needing to get aggressive and try and go for it a little bit more than he had been earlier. Hamlin has been one of the front runners in this race all day. Right side tires only on their last stop. Was 10th the last time they crossed the start-finish line, Mike.
And Alan, I just spoke with the engine tuner for Kevin Harvick in regards to the engines that have been lost with Jeff Burton and Martin Truex Jr. Asked him whether or not he was concerned. He said no. Reason being, they're running their car a lot cooler and the RPM's a lot lower than those 2 guys. So right now they're feeling pretty confident that 29 will survive. Jamie?
And Kyle Busch in the 5 car back in 27th, the farthest back he's been since the beginning of the race. But this is all part of the strategy. He's finally found his teammates and Jimmy Johnson right behind him. So they're going to work together, watch the 48 and the 5, work together to go to the front. Dave?
Jamie, with a 4-tire stop on that last pit stop, Carl Edwards has set him up for a possible 2-tire stop at the end. But the main thing is he's still in the race. Remember earlier, Biffle talked about hitting him when he got spun by the 38. Carl radioed about that. Wow, I thought we were done. That was really close. Jamie?
And Jimmy Johnson, who I mentioned, I asked his crew chief, Chad Canales, is this all part of the deal, hanging in the back? He said, yeah. He said, I know it's boring for you guys at home, but he said, just wait. Give us about 15 more laps. We're going to hook up with our teammates, and we're going to make a run for the front. Dave?
And the 17 car, Matt Kenseth, recovered from earlier problems. There was actually a wheel weight off a right rear tire that came off the 17 car, so that was one of the vibration issues he had earlier. Thinks he can race here at the end. Had a 4-tire stop, is set up for his last stop, again being one of those quick 2 or no tire stops. Alan?
But Jeff Gordon's been hanging around in the back all day. They've pitted a lap later than the lead lap cars could all race. Why? Trying to stay out, lead a lap, get 5 bonus points for the championship. Problem is, somebody else has had that idea every time. They've not yet led today. Gordon, Joni's got a good car, but still hanging around. Jamie?
And Clint Boyer pitted 1 lap later as well from the rest of the pack. Why lead a lap and get those 5 extra points? Now, Boyer came over the radio after he heard his teammate Jeff Burton blew. He said, man, I've got a vibration. I'm worried it's my engine. They said, calm down, come in. We'll check it out. It turned out it was the set of tires. The vibration is gone, and Clint's feeling a lot better about his situation. Doc?
Great update, folks. And I guess when you heard teammates had an engine trouble and you hear some vibrations, it can start to play, your mind can begin to play games with you here. Clint Boyer, very concerned. Fortunately, it was not an engine-related issue. Elliott Sadler, 32-year-old driver, leading the way here with 65 laps to go at Talladega Superspeedway. Back after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.